All right, first one is Picmonkey, and this is one of my favorites that my go-to. I use it all the time. Really like it. One of the little things that annoys me is this scrolling ad that they have. It's just so big and out there, and for the most part, the whole structure is nice and clean. I like it. It's very intuitive. It's easy to use. It gets the job done. So one of the things I do is go on design. When you do that, it kind of like appears. As you can see, you can choose your canvas here, and I always go to custom, click custom, and I choose 1280 by 720. As you can see, I already put that in there. Click make it, and there you go. There's your canvas. And I like to start with the textures. So I like to go ahead and put in a texture. There's different ones. There's edifice, which is buildings. If you look at this, let me scroll up here. There's a number of these that are, just by themselves. And then there's this little crown area that you see. If you see the crown area, that means that it is an added feature that only members that have a subscription will be able to have. So if you look at clouds, for example, it's got the crown there. You can put a nice cloud. As you can see, that's the first one that came in, or this one, or this one. But if you save it, and it'll allow you to work on it, but if you save it, it will say you have a subscription-based feature on your canvas. Would you like to buy the subscription? And at that point you can vote if you want to. If you like it that much, you can pick it up. I personally have the subscription, monthly subscription, because I have used Picmonkey for so long that I said whatever, it's worth it. It's only about $4 or $4.99 a month, and if you pay, I believe, the whole year's worth, it might be even cheaper than that. Because if you don't do it by monthly, if you do it annually, it's cheaper by the month. So I'm don't remember exactly what the prices are, but it's not horrendously bad. So you can definitely go ahead and pick that up. I'm going to cancel that out. I'm going to go to boards, and that's a free area. As you can see, there's no crown on it. So I like to do something funky, maybe a cork board or a blackboard. That's kind of cool. And I'll go ahead and apply that. And what I like to do next is usually put some overlays. And again, you get a whole bunch of overlays here that are free. The ones that are not free or subscription based are with the crown there. As you can see, there's arrows, comic bubbles. Now these are free. Some of them are split. So if you click on comic bubbles, for example, some of them are free. The ones up here are free. And then the Royale, as they call it, the one with the crown, those are the extra. So again, if you pick this up and start working with it and then save it, it will ask you if you want to pick up the subscription. If not, just pick on a free one. I love that you can just drag it anywhere you want, change the color. You can erase, do different things with it, make it a normal blend. You can have a difference, you can have an overlay. Let's see, there's an overlay, which is kind of cool. You can see the blackboard coming through there, and screens and all kinds of different funky things. So this is a very, very intuitive program. I love it. Let me go into, got overlay. Let's do text. I'm just going to do one of these. You can also, what I love about this, you can click ours, which is whatever they have, and then you can click yours, which opens up all the fonts on your hard drive, so on your local drive. So any font that you have downloaded, you can go to dafont, DAFONT.com to download really cool fonts to your system. But if you I'll take one of these, let's say Pokemon. I'm going to just say Pokemon text. Let's just do that. And again, you can squeeze it and tighten it, and it automatically shrinks. You can put it on there, something cool like that. And these are some special effects you can do. Again, a million things you can do. I'm not going to go through all of them because we don't have time, but let's just do something that here's something really popular that a lot of YouTubers do. I'm just going to put a background color behind my text real quickly, and you just pull down your hardness, and yeah, that's about right. And then you just start doing some funky stuff. Now this is not going to be blue because I just remembered we have that overlay where the chalkboard is coming through, but you get the idea. You can apply that. And then you can bring in your own overlays. You can bring in your own pictures under the overlay. Let's go down and pick some funky critters here. You can do a little butterfly, and you can twirl it around. I mean, this is as easy as it gets, guys. It doesn't get easier than this. I just love it. You can go through and create your thumbnails in a matter of minutes. If you know what you want and you have a certain way of doing things, you just go ahead and do that stuff and get it done. There's a nice fire thing. You can send it to the back. Send to back. There you go. Now you have the butterfly on top. Move that around. So it's very intuitive. As I said, I love it. You can do a bunch of stuff. When you get ready, you can save it. And it only saves to two different formats. It saves to JPEG and it saves to a PNG, which is quite all right for me. And then these qualities are really, you know, the smaller, tinier size. I leave it in the medium range, and then the large size is pretty large. So just save it to your computer. You name it something. I'm not going to go ahead and name it because you can tell that's what it does. And save it down, and then you can have it for your thumbnail. So that is it for that. So moving on to the Canva. To the next one, Canva.com, CANVA.com. Again, a pretty nice layout. I really like this as far as marketing is concerned. I just think that they have really nice templates here that you can go ahead and click right away and get into it. Here's the YouTube channel art. They do have it as a 2560 by 1440, which is actually the TV version of the YouTube channel dimensions. It's not really the one that you put on your screen on your web-enabled YouTube. So I can't remember what those pixels are right off the top of my head, but you know, you can obviously use custom dimensions. And again, I'm just going to pick one of these because just to show you guys how it is. This is a free site. You can do most everything to it, and I will show you what is not free on it. Come up. There we go. Okay, this is again a very nice clean layout. I like the way all of this is. You can click on here to make it public so you can collaborate actually with other art people. You know, if you have a business or anything, or you're just collaborating long distance virtually with anyone else on graphic design. This seems to be really nicely laid out for graphic people. You can share it and download it. Again, where the challenge is, and I'm going to go through some of these. Let me see. When you see a little money symbol right there, that means there's a charge for that background. If you hover over, I'm trying to find ones that are free. I know I saw one. Ah, here it is, free. So here's a free one. If you go through these images, and you can search for a million images here, you can literally search for anything you want. They have a bunch of stock photos, but the caveat is most of these are not free. So if you wind up using one of these and you just, drag and drop it over here, you are going to pay for as many things as you put on this canvas that are not free. And they're usually about $1 each, so it's not a horrible deal. But if you're starting to get most of these layers one on top of the other, it's going to start to add up. So if you have this layer, then you have your text, which most of this is free. As you can see, a lot of this is free. But then there's some that, these backgrounds or these pictures are $1. So if you start putting different things in here, it's going to start to add up. So let me just click one of these. There you go. Again, very intuitive, very drag and drop. Just click out of it. You can resize it as big or as small as you want. Go a little bigger. What the heck? There you go. You do have to resize the border there as you need to. You can get a different color. You can add different colors. There's the wheel. I don't really like the fact that there's no swatches. The dial's okay, I can kind of work and play with it, and the dot does change to the color. The small dot in here, as you can see, changes to the current color that you are hovering over, and you can see your text changing that color too as you're hovering over it, if you can see that. But I don't like that I don't have a specific color that I am currently looking at, and I don't know if that's something you can do or not. There's bold, italic, uppercase, case, left, center, and right as far as aligning. So there's a bunch of things you can do. So that's my little pet peeve. I can't do a specific color. I mean, there's the prominent ones, but I'd like a little bit more control than that, or having to look up the exact color code. So there, that's just a little hang up of mine, nothing major. Onto backgrounds. Again, you can have your solid color, you can have your gradients. As you can see, there's a lot of free backgrounds here you can choose from. There comes the $1 cost. So there's all the $1 ones. And again, if you start to add these up, it can get a little pricey. And then there's an area here to upload your custom images, so you can have your images. What I like on this is that it saves it. So as long as I'm logged in, it will remember all of the images that I have uploaded so far, which is great. So I can always come back and reuse them. I can use my logo, my cute little picture there, my background, my little antique camera, so I can just go ahead and pop that in there. Oh, this is another, okay, this is one more thing that I do not like from this, and that is, there's no way, let me undo this. If you grab any of these, well, if you grab the handle, you can make it larger, okay? But if you move it around, or if you try to drag it anywhere, it pops it to the background. And I hate that. I absolutely hate that about this. This is like a bug or something. The only way around it is really to collapse it again, and even then it just kind of annihilates the existing background that you have. So the only thing I've been able to do is just use my cursors And it takes a while, so this is very annoying to me, where I can just move it around to where I need it to be. So I definitely give this a ding for this. And I haven't found a workaround on how to get this little sucker to move. I can certainly tilt it, but I can't really move it. And then there's, you know, you can do transparencies here, but the only way to move it is to use the cursor on your keypad and slowly move it around. It just drives me nuts. Let's see, what else can I show you guys? That's about it. You can do searches for anything. You can also, of course, do frames. Let's look at some of the free frames you get. These aren't that glitzy and glamorous. I haven't, you know, seen anything that's like really wow, but let's just pop one in here. Drag photo in here or upload your own. Well, let's try to get a photo in here or something. See how that works. Okay, well, that's kind of interesting. Now this one allows me to drag, as you saw. So again, there's some glitches in here. I would assume that that frame was for the whole entire canvas. I would like to have that go almost as an overlay to the canvas, but it is what it is. Not going to worry about it. All right, so that's it for Canva. I would, you know, between the three little bugs here and glitches that I don't really like, I would probably give it a 3.5 out of 5. I do like it because it's very intuitive and it does have a ton of layouts and backgrounds that you can use. So right off the bat going in, it just has a lot to work with. So you can probably choose a background that you really like and then just start to make it your own and customize it. So definitely something that I will be returning to and using, but again, it can add up if you're having multiple layers. So that's that one. On to Panzoid. Now this one drives me nuts. First of all, you have the bottom ads over here. There's no way to click on this and get rid of it. And there's annoying stuff up here. And if you go on the main site, let me see if I can just get here. Okay, so there's the main site here. I can't, it's well, it's not glamorous. I mean, it's not what the other two were. So here's the backgrounder. This is where you would create your free custom background, YouTube channel art, Twitter background, and more. So, and that's how that comes up. Like I said, there's no way to close this ad. It says ad covers the page. Really? Well, I can see that it does. Here is your predefined channel art. This is the only place you would probably put it if you want it for your YouTube channel. That's the middle area here. And here are some of the backgrounds. I almost say this is almost for a gaming channel, or it's almost like a young male. I hate to say that, but you know, it's really is kind of gaming to me when I first look at it. Let's click on this. So there's that, and I think you can go ahead and do some basics. I don't like that they're so, it just seems cluttered to me. So there's your background, type YouTube, layer 1. Your lightning, now this is kind of cool. You can just click this dice and your lightning will just randomly change. And then you can work with your lightning color. I don't even know what to make it. Let's make it yellow. Let's do some yellow in here. Okay, so there's yellow and your glow, and then your point A to point B, your size, your background beam. I mean, these are all customizable. And then your layer 2, you can upload an image, you can preset a texture pattern or generate an image on your own. Preset pattern, let's see. Well, here's some patterns that we can choose. Let's just, well, that's kind of yucky. Guess it obliterates most everything and goes back from scratch. So for me, these are just not intuitive, guys. It's just not intuitive. This is a sprite 1. There's your Panzoid, which is the text over here. I'm just going to put this text. And there you go. Again, you have to scroll the outer scroll bar to get into this text zone, and then you have to scroll the inner scroll bar to go down and get all the different fonts. So I'm not a fan of it. Definitely not a fan. And that's it. You I guess save it. You know, I don't even know where this again, not very intuitive. Save custom template maybe. Yeah, there you go. So you can save the custom template here and then click to download it. Again, not a favorite of mine here because this is very cluttered. Don't much like it, and it really looks like probably much more preferable for a gaming person at this point. So I'm going to move on to, oh, as far as rating it, I would give it, you know, maybe, I'm going to be generous here, guys. I'm going to say 2 out of 5 stars only because it probably has some good features. I would have to probably play with it a lot more. I do like the customizing ability on the layers to customize all these glows and colors. I do like that. And then let's just say I like that, you know, and not a big fan with the texting, but you know, it is what it is. So if you guys want to play around with it, you know, by all means, go for it. And then here's Pixlr, Pixlr.com. I already logged in and I did a custom, same thing, 1280 by 720 pixels, just basically what you would need for the thumbnail. This is very, very Photoshop. If you know how to use Photoshop, you will know how to use this. Basically, you would upload your background or upload whatever you want. You can do your custom colors here and your layers. There's your background layer. Your text. Let's see, here's your text. So you would just, you know, start typing. I'll hit a color. Now this does have the swatches, which I like. It has the web, the quick web colors. It has the RGB, so you can do your RGB and pull it here, there, everywhere. Or if you know the colors, you can put your RGB colors for your hue, saturation, luminance, and the RGB values right there. So that is nice. So this has some nice features in it. We'll just choose a blue and hit OK. And then you can do your size. There you go. You get the idea, right? So I'm not going to waste too much time on this one because, like I said, it's very much Photoshop-like. So if you like Photoshop, you're going to feel at home on this. You got your history there. You have your background. You have your layer. This is your layer. If you uncheck it, obviously you're not going to see it. It's that. Anyway, Yeah, this is good if you want to spend some time doing this, and if you do have the background for Photoshop, you can certainly work with this, make it your own, and I guess you can open your images, you can view an image, you can bring in an image, you can edit, you know, all your standard editing, your image canvas size, rotating it, flipping it, all your layers, your multi-layer environment, and your adjustments. Like I said, very Photoshop-like with all of the adjustments you can do. Filters, language, of course you would want English. This to me would be just much more heavy as far as bringing in your own image and doing your Photoshop on it and then going out and saving it. I didn't find a cost to this, so let me just see. Yeah, you can just name it and make it a JPEG, BNG, bitmap, TIFF, or PXD, which is the layered Pixlr image. And I'm hoping or assuming that you could probably import this layered image, the PXD image, into your Photoshop environment. I'm almost certain that it would probably read it, but you know, really for YouTube purposes, you'd be saving it to a JPEG and PNG. So that's that. I'm going to cancel out of that. So that is it. Those are the 4 or 5 that I've done. The Pixlr, I'm going to give it really a 4 because it's so Photoshop-like and it has so many of the features of Photoshop that honestly, if you want to do most of your work as a Photoshop type of environment but don't have the money to spend on it, this is the place to go, definitely. This sidebar here does take a lot of space. You can't expand it that I see, so there's no real way to expand that. I'm sure if you sign up, there's probably a subscription that you could go through, and then with the subscription you can just probably have that annihilated so you get much more real estate. But again, if you're only doing thumbnails once in a while or just need a little extra help with some of your images to clean them up or crop them, saturate them, just make them better looking, and it's like a one and done deal, then by all means, if you come up to Pixlr, it'll be fine. You won't need to do anything else, and you can live with this sidebar here. So that's it, guys. Said I would rate this probably a 4 out of 5. I did like it. I know I didn't show you guys a lot of things, but I didn't want to bore you and you know, run out of the time here. So recapping, Panzoid, not my favorite. I think that's the bottom of the barrel. Some people will like it. I'm sure it has its customer base, but not my favorite. Canva, certainly will be trying it. I like it. I like the way it's professional and very markety, very glitzy. So definitely something that I will look into and keep using. Picmonkey, still my favorite. Love this program. Use it all the time. I'm sure the thumbnail that I'll be putting up for this video will be on here too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if it was a little bit long in the tooth, but tried my best to go through and give you an honest feedback on all of these sites. And since we are all YouTubers and looking for some good, you know, bang for our buck as far as generating backgrounds and generating different graphics, this is something that we all have to go ahead and review and look at and be aware of. So I hope you leave me some comments and feedback and subscribe to my channel. I'll be putting up some more softwares and tutorials and reviews as I see them and uncover them. And that's it. Have a great day, guys. Again, this is M.I. Schloss, or Life According to Maria. And I enjoy talking with you and giving my opinions and reviews. And I look forward to hearing from all of you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.